Hey, what's up guys? So I've spent the last half hour or so watching some of my older footage because apparently I have nothing better to do with my time. But I've been specifically watching my last 3 mock meets, trying to get ready for this meet coming up, and it's been pretty cool for me to see the progress that I've made along the way from meet to meet. So I figured I would throw out some tips to you guys to hopefully help you out because I know how frustrating it is. It's such a slow process and sometimes you hit these plateaus and you start to get demotivated, but hopefully this will help some of you guys out. So I will show you the meet progress as I talk here. But the first tip I'm gonna give you is hire either a coach or get some kind of mentor, somebody to guide you along the way. Now for the last year or so, Brandon Campbell has definitely been that person for me. I not only ran his PRS system, but I've picked his brain about anything and everything. And then he introduced me to Garrett Blevins, who was my official coach for the last, it's been like, 25 weeks? I don't know, it's been a long time. And both of those guys have helped me out tremendously. I've gotten a lot of good knowledge from them. So that is something that I think is extremely crucial because there's so much information out there and it's hard to decipher what's good, and you really have to figure out what works for you. So I've been under guidance of a coach or coaches who I didn't necessarily, get the best progress out of. So their training systems didn't necessarily work for me. So it's all pretty individualized. So that's gonna be number one. The second thing I wanted to mention is gonna seem very obvious, but it's just becoming a more skilled lifter. So in addition to getting bigger and stronger, you really need to get better at the actual movement because they are skills. So becoming more efficient with your movements, having better form, and just overall repetition, and it just feels more natural as the weeks and months go along, will really go a long way. It really has allowed me to feel more confident. But at the time I was squatting, 4 times a week. So I got to the point where I could just squat in my sleep, it seemed like. So getting better at the movements, learning how to brace your core against your belt, all those little things will help you in the long run. I really hate to bring this up as number 3 because it's been said so many times that it's almost cliche, but rightfully so because it's extremely important. Build strength, don't test it. And this took me a while to learn because it's so counterintuitive. But I was going into the gym, I thought I was doing the right thing. I was working up to RPE like 9, 10, grinding out reps and wondering why my progress had stalled. So it really is about going in, working with 80% of your 1 rep max and just getting in those reps. Kind of how I talked about before, just becoming a more skilled lifter. And you don't need to go in and hit PRs every single week. In fact, you shouldn't, you can't. So once you accept that fact, I almost guarantee you that you will see more progress in the gym. Number 4 is gonna be focus on one goal. And this was really hard for me to accept. And a lot of people I think are in the same boat as me. They got under this, power building mindset where I was trying to build strength, but I also wanted to do a lot of excess bodybuilding stuff on the side, look like I lift a little bit, which I failed at, but the problem with that is it's really hard to balance both. Now you can, there's a lot of people that do a great job, and I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm saying if you want the fastest results, focus on one of them. The programming I've been doing with Garrett Blevins is honestly boring to me at this point. I do the same thing every single day. It seems like I'm squatting, benching, and deadlifting, and that's really it. I have very little variation. I do have one quote-unquote bodybuilding day, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm doing squat, bench, and deadlift or variations of them. So when I started doing that, that is when my strength started shooting up. And really, you gotta find what your goals really are, because now I'm to the point like, is it worth it? Which I'll talk on another video, but I have never seen this much progress until I started focusing on just one thing. The 5th thing is without a doubt the most important. The only guaranteed way that you're gonna make gains, whether that be strength or size or both, whatever you're talking about, is consistency. And I know that's kind of anticlimactic, obviously, but I promise you that you will not make any progress in anything you're doing unless you keep doing it. And that's the thing. Even if your program isn't the best, I almost guarantee that if you keep doing a program that is suboptimal, you'll still get results. They might not be the best results, but it's the only way to see any kind of progress. So you can't get demotivated to the point where you just quit, and you have to pick something and go with it. Trust the system, trust the process that it's going to work, and just go with it. You have to really put in the hours, the reps after reps, weeks after weeks, and that is how you're gonna see results at the end of the day. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you soon.